The Travon Walker hype is out of this world right now. The Georgia defensive lineman was mocked to go number 5 overall by Daniel Jeremiah in his latest article, and that's a meteoric rise. He's a 285-pound tweener who played both inside and outside on the Bulldogs defensive line, and he's expected to wow NFL teams at the Combine in March. So let's look at the Walker film, and I'll show you why I don't think he's great value for the Jets in the top 10 of the NFL draft. Let's go. What's going on, everybody? It's Luke here from PLAJ. Travon Walker, man, he's going to be a dilemma for a lot of NFL teams. He played inside a lot at Georgia. He excelled playing against guards. As you're going to see throughout the video, very disruptive on stunts and games. So where's his best position? And are the athletic traits enough to surpass the lack of production on the field and how he was utilized at Georgia? So let's jump into the film, and I'm going to start with something I just mentioned, and that's Walker in stunts. When he's running the lead, so that guy who's initiating the contact for the looper in a stunt, he is fantastic. I want you to watch him here. He is at the one tech position, so the left-hand side of your screen, just inside the guard, number 74. He's number 44, 275 pounds. I want you to watch how he explodes off the ball, how he beats the guard. The guard then hands him off to the tackle, but he overwhelms him with a little bit of length. Not a great pickup from the tackle or read, and Walker's able to swallow up the quarterback. This was a feature of his tape. He's so good in this aspect, and Georgia utilized it a ton. Their defensive line stunted, twists, games, all those things so often, and it's because you have a 275-pound athlete inside that can move just like this. Against Kentucky this time, Travon Walker, far left-hand side of your screen in about a 5-tech position, I guess you could say, just outside of the right tackle. And once again, causing disruption on a stunt. He's running it from the opposite side of the formation. But this time, just look at his length and how his forceful hands and punch impact the guard. He's sitting back on his heels. He's got his eyes inside on number 88. And just look at Travon Walker march him back. He doesn't get the sack here, but he gets a pressure himself and allows the outside looper, number 88, to get to the quarterback and apply a hit. He's fantastic in this aspect. He's disruptive. He's definitely a great NFL player, and I think he has potential to be very, very good. His tools are fantastic. But from a Jets perspective, I'm looking for an edge. So let's keep watching the video and we'll see where he stands out and where he might be lacking. Okay, so where does Travon Walker win best as a pass rusher one-on-one? Outside of the stunts, true pass reps, true pass rushing reps, where does he excel? Well, at Georgia, that was against guards in 3 technique spots and things like that. On this occasion, he's on the left-hand side of your screen is what I call a 2-eye tech, so shading towards the 3 technique. Watch how he stands up the guard one-on-one. He doesn't get the sack, but a really nice release. Little stutter step, he goes to the right arm club into the left arm rip. Really nice interior move. You saw that type of thing out of Quinnen Williams in 2019. Obviously, he's not that size, but he's able to beat the guard because of the athleticism, the length, the twitch, a little like Gregory Rousseau was. But I don't want to see that necessarily because, yeah, it's a great trait to have in the NFL, but he's going to be playing more as a 4-3 defensive end. So while this is great and you can kick him inside on, obvious passing situations and third down, you can see he can excel against guards. He will in the NFL too. But realistically, that's not where he needs to thrive to make his money and to be a top 5 pick. But this is the strength, and I mean the strength of Travon Walker's tape. In the run game, standing up to double teams, the ability to 2-gap, he's phenomenal at it for a guy that was kind of undersized playing his position. This time, the right defensive end spot on the left-hand side of your screen against a good player, Evan Neal. I showed this clip the other day. Watch how he absorbs the double team between 81 and 73. He stands up, great base width, throws Evan Neal out of the way, and just swallows up the running back. Watch it back at full speed. It doesn't get any better than this. 2-gapping, peeks inside, makes a tackle on the running back. These examples are littered on the tape. Against Clemson this time, number 44, right-hand side of your screen. Look at how he just takes on the tackle. He gets his arms fully extended, so he's able to bench press, 2-gap, peeks on the outside, has an understanding that he's the outside contain, and makes the play. It just looks so easy. This is a 310-pound athlete, and he just bench presses him and gets to the man every single time. One last one here. This time it's against a tight end, but look how easy he makes this. I know he should win this battle. He was playing sometimes as a 3-tech, and he's taking on a 250-pound tight end. But right-hand side of your screen, second from the end of the line of scrimmage, watch how he just uses a long inside arm and owns the C gap. You can see 44 there just staring straight down the running back. But watch how he gets there. Left arm extension, ability to just overwhelm the gap and then just swallow up the running back. Travon Walker in the running game, ability to two-gap, to set an edge, to be stout at the point of attack, phenomenal. But honestly, guys, and this is where we get to the negative part of the review and why I think there's a ceiling on where he should be drafted, especially for the Jets, it's the outside pass rushing. It's raw, it shows a lack of a plan, and I know that you're drafting traits, but you want to see it on the film. You want to get glimpses and at least 10 or 15 plays you can hang your hat on and say, that's what we're trying to unlock. There wasn't enough of that on the Walker tape for me when rushing from a 4-3 defensive end. Against Clemson, right-hand side of your screen, number 44, just look at the lack of plan. I understand this is kind of a 3-step drop, fairly short passing game, but doesn't really use any hands, just thinks I'm going to try and bend around the corner. He ducks his head, he loses all balance, and it's just very, very easy for the left tackle. This is not a good passing rep. This is a bad passing rep, and there were too many of these on the tape. Against Evan Neal, again, 3-step drop, quick passing game. I get it. These aren't long developing, having a chance on a 5 or 7-step drop. But he just doesn't have enough. There's not enough counters. He doesn't really understand how to utilize his hands out there. Evan Neal, look at the power in this punch. This is why he's a top 5 pick. Really good, stout, throws Walker out of the way on the outside. But again, the footwork's sloppy. He's trying to jab off the inside leg. He loses his balance. He ducks his head. And Neal's able to throw him out of the way. Now remember, I'm showing you these plays not because, oh look, here's 2 negative plays, let's slam the guy. These plays are all over the tape. And that's important. I get that a lot in the comments. Well, you just picked out 2 plays. That's not enough to drop your stock. I show it because it's a theme. And this was a theme on the Travon Walker tape. But there are some reps where you watch Travon Walker and he's nearly there. He nearly puts together a good pass rush plan, but he needs more improvement with his hand usage, with his understanding of a rush plan. Here's an example of that against Kinnard, a really good offensive tackle, someone that likely goes top 50. And he's coming from the left-hand side of your screen, stand up, kind of outside linebacker in this instance, number 44. I want you to watch the long inside arm and the power in that inside stab, how he marches him around the corner. To this part of the rep, this is a fantastic job. But watch how Kinnard's just able to set his base, to re-establish his feet, and stonewall. The issue with this rep, where's the second little counter? The rip, the swim, the club, the ability to disengage. He struggles with that aspect of it because he is so raw. He needs a way, once he starts getting him backpedaling, rip underneath with that right arm, swim across him with the left. He needs to come up with a better way to put moves together because right now it just isn't quite happening. But these are the flashes you do like to see. And the last one against Clemson, this is very, very close again to a really nice pass rush. This is something he probably stole from Azeez Ojulari, his teammate last year who got drafted by the Giants. Coming from the left-hand side of your screen, he goes for what I'd call the long arm chop. So he stabs inside with the left arm, just like we saw in the last rep, and he tries to chop down with his right and beat him around the corner. But I want you to watch where Walker's right hand goes. He's trying to slap the wrist around the elbow. He ends up around the shoulder with the chop. The long arm's great. He gets a little bit of separation. But because the chop doesn't work, he isn't able to separate to disengage. And look, some people would call this a pressure. But realistically, even with a great pass rush plan or an improved one, he still doesn't impact the play. He's still 3-4 yards away from the quarterback when he delivers. Again, at full speed. Just doesn't quite get the positioning on the chop. Doesn't get the bend around the corner. And he gets another almost play. That's Travon Walker right now, and that's why I'm not in love with him as a top 10 pick. So guys, that's my take on Travon Walker, the edge kind of tweener out of Georgia. I love the versatility. I think he's fantastic and disruptive on the inside, great in the stunt game. You can see some of the physical tools. The length is there. The way he can chase running backs down when they get outside on the perimeter. You see those flashes of athleticism. He ran a wide receiver down against Alabama in a great athletic play. But I haven't seen him as a pass rusher. I am not willing to take that risk in the top 10 of the NFL draft on someone that I've seen traits, but it's not even like Thibodeau. You haven't seen elite pass rushing. You've just seen kind of glimpses. It's almost a lesser version of Jason Owade and what he produced at Penn State. I just think it's too high a risk. We'll see what the NFL thinks. That's my take, and I'll catch you on the next one.